I'm really, really excited about that. So, all right, let's get into it, man. So let's start off with the team grades. I thought this was cool. The Packers are now grading out as the fourth highest graded team in the National Football League with an 86.9 overall PFF grade. Their offensive grades a 75.2. Their defensive grades an 82.0. And I want to say, let's just sort it real quick before we get into the individual players. They get the Packers as the ninth best offense at a 75.5. And then on defense, they have the Packers as the third best team at an 82.0. You love to see that. So any thoughts on that, Emilio, before we jump into the players?
Top three. That's 4 better than where I got Jacob to get the tat. So, I mean, we are in business now. If we're top three, we are cooking. And the only loss is to the number 1 ranked defense. I know it wasn't a great game with the Browns, but again, you got to keep that in perspective. Still the best defense in the league, and we beat the second best defense, at a different time in the season. But all those little things are going to add up at the end of the year.
Yeah, no doubt. Tim, anything you want to see or any comment you want to make on the overall team grades here? We can sort it by any column.
Defensively, I'm proud of those boys. You guys know that's my forte. I hang out by that fence every year at camp and watch the defensive line do the work, and you got to give a big shout out to Coach Covington, man. Things have changed since he came here and kind of took the helm. And then, Coach Ogobasi doing a great job, and of course the Ball King. So big shout out to our defense. That will win you a championship. It will make you competitive enough to win a championship. I think our offense is just now finding its gear. I think we found rhythm yesterday, and hopefully we build on that, get a couple dubs here at home. We're home for a couple of weeks, so I think the offense will, start to cruise too. And if we're top 5 offense, top 5 defense, there's a chance Lombardi's coming home this year. So a lot to be excited about.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Holmes MD1 becoming a member here on YouTube. Appreciate you, Holmes. The big thing too, Tim, when you look at that defense and how they grade out with that 82, they're green across the board. The strength of the defense, obviously the pass rush at an 82.8, and then the coverage grade, 81.3. It's just wild to me because there's still fans that think these DBs are bad, and I just don't see it that way, man.
I feel like it's been like you could count them on your hands how many times we kind of got burned, and you're probably maxing out at 9 or 10. But it was just a couple of big plays, and most of them ended up in touchdowns or points right after that big play happened. So, all right, fine. We gave up, we're number 1 in explosive plays given up too still, I think, as well on defense. So it's like we're getting hit with a couple of them. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not that bad. We are in good shape right now.
Definitely. All right, let's start with the game grades here, if you will. Obviously, the Packers get the 35-25 victory over the Steelers on Sunday Night Football. Overall grade for the game, 77.9. That's our third highest graded game so far overall. A 79.7 on offense. That is our second highest grade on the season. Passing grade of 79.5. That's our second highest graded passing game of the season. Pass blocking was a 61. Receiving grade, 80.8. That's our second highest graded receiving grade of the year. The run grade is what really, really struggled, 49.4 according to PFF. And then run blocking, however, 78.1. It's like you can never put those two together. Either the run blocking is bad and the run grade's good, or the run grade is bad and the run blocking is good. It's funny how that always works. And then on defense, 69.8, run defense 55.8, tackle grade of 77.7, pass rush grade of 65.9, coverage 71.9, and then special teams grade of 76.6. That was our highest graded special teams grade of the year. And again, we kind of talked about it going into the postgame show last night. We were like, hey, I think I asked you, Tim, I was like, man, is it just me or did it feel like the kick coverage was really good tonight? And it seems like PFF agreed there with special teams. So.
Yeah, that was noticeable. So, we're making a step forward in one respect as far as special teams. But yeah, we need to get this returning situation figured out, get some consistency back there, I think. But coverage looked good for sure.
Yeah, that's with 2 misses.
Yep.
No doubt. All right, let's jump into it, boys. The offensive PFF grade is going to try to get it to where it's a little easier for you all to read. So at the top of the list, no surprise here, Tucker Kraft, 93.6. I'm almost positive that's his highest grade of his entire young career here. 59 snaps played in the passing game, a 91.6. Run blocking grade for Tucker Kraft, 83.5. 83.5 for Tucker. So now when you dive into Tucker's grades on the year, 63, 86, 47, 68, 59, 65, 93. So twice this year he's graded out elite. And his PFF grade is now up to a 77.6. I think I looked it up earlier. I've closed that window out since then. But Tucker Kraft, man, I want to say he's top 5 now in PFF grade. He's definitely top 10 in PFF grade for tight ends. Just a dominant performance last night. Absolutely took that game over. I got some other stats we'll dive into, but what do you guys got to add there to Tucker Kraft's performance last night?
Best guy around, best tight end in the NFL. He's proven it. He shifted gears here these last couple of weeks, and like I said, I hope he continues to build on it. But it's nice to see PFF giving him some love on the run blocking, because we know he run blocks with the best of them, and I don't think the grade's been very friendly to him the past couple of weeks, but dude, he just balled out of control in that game yesterday. It was just so fun to watch. So I'm loving the 93 grade. We'll take it, man. Hopefully he puts a couple more of those games together, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so excited that we have a number one tight end, somebody that we can kind of hang our hat on, and he's young too, right? He's 24, going to be 25 here, and we've got a C on his chest already. It's going to be an anchor that we're going to be able to bank on and count on. You can run to his side. You'd be able to trust him. Obviously, his run blocking hadn't been perfect through his career, but getting better. I know we talked about it in the offseason. He just wants to get better. One thing every year and keep grinding. And I've seen it. It's cool.
Yeah, definitely. Now let's match up some stats here. I won't put them on the screen, but tight ends in the NFL. Okay, yardage. The leader is Tyler Warren with 492 receiving yards. Tucker Kraft is second with 469. Here's what's crazy. Games played, Ty Warren has played 8 games this year. Tucker Kraft has played 1 less game at 7. So obviously, once he plays his 8th game in Ty Warren, and whenever they get their bye, whenever that is, Tucker Kraft should pass him up. So essentially, Tucker Kraft's leading the National Football League in receiving yards amongst tight ends. When you go to touchdowns, he's second, only behind Dallas Goedert. Okay, so he's tied with Jake Ferguson with 6 touchdowns on the year. Dallas Goedert has 7 touchdowns so far. When you go to yards per reception, Tucker Kraft is leading the NFL in yards per reception at 15.6 yards per catch. All right, and then the other cool thing, yak over expected. Tucker Kraft is sitting at a plus 110 yak over expected. The closest person to him is Rondé Gatson with 54. So he has doubled the second closest tight end in the NFL in terms of yak over expected. He is the yak god, no doubt about it. So pretty cool, man. When you go to just overall yak yardage, the closest one to him is Ty Warren at 305. Tucker Kraft is sitting at 346 yak yards. So again, 469 yards receiving, and 346 of those yards are yards after the catch. Absolutely wild stat there, man. So Tucker Kraft doing big things, man.
His overall grade, Clay, I looked it up. If you took out anybody with less than 4 games played, he'd be top 7. He would be number 7, top 7 in overall PFF grade.
So again, when you kind of cross-check all these measurements, what you're seeing is Tucker Kraft is top 3 in pretty much every important statistical category, and then he's top 7 in PFF grade. Ladies and gentlemen, Tucker Kraft is officially a top 5 tight end. I make the argument he's top 3.
He has a top 3 receiving grade. He's only behind Brandon Bates and Rondé Gatson. And Brandon Bates played 3 games, Gatson played 6. So technically, if we're playing 7+ games, he would be the number 1 receiving grade tight end.
And as Drew D said here, playing fundamentally sound, only 1 penalty all year, if he's talking about Tucker there. So that's wild, right? Yeah, just 1 penalty is right there on the screen. So pretty cool.
Love it.
All right, next player. I love to see this. Only 29 snaps, but still, Jordan Morgan, an 83.5 with an 84 pass blocking grade, a 78.4 run blocking grade. So Jordan Morgan with his best game of his career so far. So this year, 73, 41, 40, 67, 69, 34, 83. So now you're seeing a new ceiling here for Jordan Morgan, playing really, really good football. And his PFF grade is now up to a 52.7. Just want to see him continue to build off of that. Keep grading out in the 60s or higher, right, is what you're looking for, a little more consistency. He has committed 4 penalties, but it's worth mentioning that he has not committed a penalty in the last 3 games. If you removed his week 3 performance against Cleveland, he would have only had 1 penalty up to this point. So 3, obviously they kind of come in bunches sometimes. So
Right.
Jordan Morgan with a great game there.
He's proven me wrong every day, right? You know, I always said he can't play on the right side, and he's been looking pretty solid on the right side, man. So, and with the, rotating cast of characters that we have to move in and out on that line, it's good to have versatile guys like that. So, I mean, you got to tip your cap to Jordan Morgan, man, a pure left tackle that's, playing right guard, and he's doing it at a high level, at least, like you said, Clayton, the last month, really.
Yeah, I'm not going to let you take all the credit, Tim, for being wrong on that right side thing. I was right there with you, my man. So we were both wrong on that. Go ahead, Million.
No, I was saying same on that as well. We were all kind of there on that left side, but I'm glad that at least he's showing up even when he's getting half the snaps, right? And again, if maybe when he's getting the full games, there's something not clicking yet, fine. But super happy that a first round pick that everyone was complaining about in the moment. You don't hear those complaints as much.
Yeah. Up next, Jordan Love, 81.2 with the 79.5 passing grade. Great day, obviously. And Jordan Love is just continuing to stack solid performances. His PFF grades on the year, 76, 86, 59, 78, 73, 53, 81. So his PFF grade is officially an 81.5 now. So when you look at his career, starting in 2021, a 36, 78, 83, 75, 81. That 81 creeping up on that 2023 performance where he was literally the best quarterback in the NFL in the second half of the season. So it seems like we're getting that ceiling version of Jordan Love. Obviously, you got any kind of rankings on him there, Amelia?
I do. Top 7 in passing pass grade at PFF. He would be behind Sam Darnold, Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott, Drake May, Herbert, Davis Mills. He doesn't count, so we would be putting him at 6. So Jordan Love would be top 6 in passing grade, and that would put him at top 9 in overall offensive grade for quarterbacks. I mean, he's having a year. I mean, it was last year they were saying CJ Stroud's the best quarterback, and he's so much better than Jordan Love, and they never talked about him. Got to start, mentioning the man's name.
He's a grown-ass man now.
That's right. Exactly. So when you look at the stats, let's cross-check them. Again, where would you put him, Emilio? What would you say?
They had him 9 overall passing grade, or overall offensive grade, and number 6 overall for passing grade.
So 7 to 8 range, something like that, probably, right? Okay, so when we look at the statistics, passing yards, Jordan Love is sitting in the number 9 spot at 1,798. Keep in mind that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players that are above him have played in 1 extra game. So with his, weekly average, I think it's safe to say 230 yards probably on average, right? Something like that. If you were to tack that on, he would be probably right around the number 6 spot. So essentially he's a top 6 in passing yards in that regard. When you go to touchdowns, passing touchdowns, Jordan is currently sitting tied for 11th. However, in terms of players who have had more games than him, 1 more game, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 11 have played in 1 extra game than him. That's and it is also worth mentioning 13 passing touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. So in terms of quarterbacks who have 2 interceptions or less with more touchdowns than Jordan, you've only got 1, 2, 3, only 3 quarterbacks with a better touchdown to interception ratio than Jordan Love. So absolutely awesome.
He is top. He's a little bit past top 5, but he's not past top 10. I think he's sitting right there in the breadbasket as it starts. As the end of the season starts heating up, I think he's going to crawl his way up those top 5 numbers.
Yeah, and in terms of passer rating, he is currently sitting 4th in the league. In yards per pass attempt, he is 4th as well. Completion percentage, he is currently 4th. All right, so you're getting a little bit of a theme here, right? Passing EPA, Jordan is 3rd.
So I was wrong. He's already 5.
Yeah, EPA per drop back, he's 2nd, only behind Daniel Jones. So, yeah, I think it's safe to say Jordan is top 5, borderline top 3 quarterback in the league right now. Absolutely awesome. Tim, does this catch you by surprise, sir?
No, I'm not shocked at all. You know what I am shocked at is an 81 grade from PFF. Boo, terrible grade, boo. Shout out to the chat too. I think Chris is in here, and a lot of people are feeling like he should have been pushing 90s. You know, the way he was playing. But yeah, man, we're seeing the growth, and we're seeing it really kind of all come together, man. Jordan's putting it all together right now. You know, Mr. Collinsworth had a comment last night, said that he feels like the game is slowing down for him a little bit. I think that's valid. That's a valid assessment. We talked about him getting better with his checks and things at the line, and just, you know, getting the guys huddled up, getting out of the huddle with enough time, you know, to diagnose things. So I'm just really proud of just the development that Jordan's had. And, you know, PFF needs to be nice. They're going to have no choice because he's going to keep stringing performances like this together. And they're going to have to give him some love there.
Yeah. Zach Tom continues to be Zach Tom. Played 63 snaps yesterday, 80.9 offensive grade, 57.4 pass blocking grade. That seemed a little off to me because he didn't give up a sack all day long, right? However, run blocking grade, 94.8. So he must have been doing some work in the run blocking grade. He did have a penalty. Maybe that hurts his pass blocking grade, I suppose. But on the year, Zach Tom, once again, he's sitting at an 80.9. And, of course, his career grade, 68, 79, 85. And then this year, he's sitting at an 80.9, battling an oblique injury as well. So Zach Tom just dominant. Anything you want to add there?
He missed one snap. Yeah. Thank you, Tim. In fact, that he only missed one snap after whatever I mean, I know he got stepped on, and that you don't love that. That's terrible. But it seemed like he was out for 3 plays, but Kennard got in there and then out.
Yeah. And then Christian Watson, guys, first action he's seen since he tore that ACL, 79.6 in the passing game. In the passing game, I don't know if that was applause or somebody was crumpling up a bag of potato chips. 79.5 in the passing game, and this is what Papa Scoot was pissed about. 59.3 run blocking grade.
That's ridiculous.
I've been trying to tell him.
That's ridiculous.
It's nuts, man. I don't understand what they seen. And again, maybe that was the Uber driver that had the responsibilities of grading the run blocking. I don't know.
Right. But are they counting his blocking downfield? They're probably not counting his blocking downfield on a pass play or something. But I mean, the man is not afraid to stick his nose in there, and that's what I've always loved about him.
Yeah. And then when you look at his overall grades throughout his career, Tim, 77, 68, 70, and this year, obviously just one game, but a 79.6. I mean, you can't get much more consistent than that. All we're looking for now is to just go ahead and crack into the 80s, Christian. It's time, man. Let's do it.
They're gonna let him do it too. I never felt so good about being wrong again when I thought he was going to be on a lower snap count yesterday. And
same.
They're just, you know, it's like, hey, you get the car worked on, right? You got that fancy sports car, you know, it's been off the road for a while. You know, you tested it out. Everything's good, man. You got to open that baby up, let her ride, you know? So I think they're taking that approach with Scoot because really, I mean, we saw what his rehab was like. You know, he was doing a lot of things way ahead of schedule throughout a rehab process. So to see him just, you know, get an opportunity to just go out there and cut it loose again is it's a great thing, and not a bad first performance in almost a year. I'll take that all day, and we can build on that for sure.
Yeah, as Turk McGirt said here too, Watson sealed the edge on JJ's rushing touchdown. Completely agree.
Is that not a run block?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know some people were saying it was a block in the back. I can kind of see the argument there, but the defender did give his back to him, and like you could tell he kind of got faked out inside and went inside. So it's kind of hard to throw a block in the back penalty when a defender runs away from the guy who's trying to block him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit different than him running up on him from behind and hitting him in the back. So nonetheless, though, I'm with you, man. That was a nice little seal there off the edge. Already seeing big returns there on Christian Watson's performance. Next, Malik Heath, 21 snaps, 78.0, 77.2 in the passing game. Absolutely awesome seeing Malik Heath out there. We were talking about maybe take the over on him, right, because we didn't know how many snaps Christian would play. Malik Heath just continues to make the best of his opportunities, man. It's absolutely wild what he's done.
DAWG, dog. Love us some Malik Heath, man.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure we've got his rights for a couple more years, too, in terms of like exclusive rights or restricted free agency or something. So we're good to go there. Next on the list.
5 for 5 on the year for catches.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, like he just – every opportunity he's given, he takes advantage of it, whether it's in the blocking game or like you said.
I thought it was a 3-yard gain on that one. He got that little – was it a bubble or whatever on the short side of the field? I thought it was 3-yard. Dude gained like 14 yards. I was like, okay, right. Malik, let's go.
Yep. And I had to pass up on it on Chalk Talk because we had so many plays. I wanted to put it in there so bad, man, so bad. But, so Malik Heath continuing to do great things. What's he looking like on his career? Let's just take a quick gander. So this season, 54, 91, 46, 71, 55, 50, and 78. So he's a 68.4 on the year. His career grades 60, 62, 68. Steady improvement, man, the whole way. Absolutely awesome. He's a dog. All right, next you got Romeo Doubs, 51 snaps, 75.2 with the 74.2 receiving grade, essentially. So Dobby just continues to be consistent on the year, 74, 64, 51, 62, 72, 65, 75 for a grade of 69.7. And then on his career, 62, 73, 69, 69. So you're just going to get a steady Eddie football player, Romeo, no doubt, man. This one I know Drew, I think it was Drew D in the chat was excited about. Savion Williams, 72.5 off 12 snaps, right? And obviously had the touchdown catch, that one grab there. When you look at what he's done so far, this is his best grade of the season as well. Other than this game, he had 11 snaps in week 2 for a 70.4, so the 72.5. He's on the cusp of breaking into that 60 mark we talked about. He's at 59.5 currently. Savion Williams off to a good little start here. You can see he's ramping up, and it's like things are getting more comfortable for him as well. Sure. We talked about Aaron Banks. Needs to get healthy, right? He's been kind of like Nate Hobbs behind the 8 ball a little bit, battling injuries through camp and all that. Yesterday, pretty good performance. 69.9, 70 pass block grade, 66 run block grade. So he's starting to put it together. Sean Ryan on the day, 65 PFF grade. Elton Jenkins is 64. Rasheed Walker continuing to struggle compared to how he's played in the past, a 61.2. So you'd like to see that a little bit higher there as well. So
we got any update on him at all? Because he went out, didn't he?
She did?
Yeah.
Walker. Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah, he missed 3 snaps, but I remember Tim.
Did he come back? I'm not sure if he came back, though. I don't know.
Because Belton got 3 snaps, so I don't think he did.
Okay. He played 61 total snaps, so it must have happened at the very end, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think it was towards the end of the game. Hopefully he's all right.
Got it. And the big thing that sticks out here is Josh Jacobs, 45.2. Obviously, we couldn't get anything going with Josh Jacobs in the run game. Emmanuel Wilson came in and had a lot more success. However, they graded him a 45.4 as well. When you see this and you see the grade, the run grades of 58.7 and 45.9, you think, okay, they were the reason the run game didn't get going. I didn't feel like that last night, though. Did you? I felt like they just did a good job clogging the lanes. I don't remember one snap where I was like, man, he really missed the gap there. He missed the hole there. Do you guys agree with that, or did I miss something?
I agree with that 100%. I feel like that was a schematic nightmare for our O-line there at times with the way Pittsburgh was playing their defense. And we talked about how they didn't start lightening up the box until we did put Wilson in the game, and that's where we took our chances running the football. I don't know. It could be a reputation thing. I mean, it's Josh Jacobs. That's not your average running back, So they were willing to dedicate personnel to not getting gashed by one of the best in the business. So I think that's really what explains it. I would agree with your assessment, Clay.
Yeah, I think they had us kind of boxed up pretty well. Hat count and stuff. I think that's why we wanted to go outside so much. I mean, you saw those bubbles work because you have the hat count on the outside. You saw the RPO look like the RPO flat to Tucker that got us in. Was it the 4th down play or whatever? That was wide open because you're stacking the box and you don't have the hat count over there. Dude's off the line 7 yards. So those things, it's a give and take. Jordan Love had a killer game because, not because the run game couldn't get going, but because, they were maybe sending extra guys there, or, they were buzzing down all that stuff. And it just opened it up for Jay Love, which isn't a problem. I think that those grades are a little rough. They stuck their nose in there a few times on a couple of his pass plays and held up long enough to let him spin it. But
all right,
that's a testament to Matt for making those adjustments, right? Because we've seen it before where you wait a little too long before you change it up and it's too late. We were able to manufacture some offense there even when we were struggling to run the ball.
Right.
Definitely. All right, that's going to do.
That was the other thing, Clay. Everybody was saying, that they were sorry, right? About Matt LaFleur's play calling. Everybody was, they were a little backed up off that.
Yeah.
They're kind of quiet today now.
It's funny. There's still a couple grouches though that I've noticed them just making little snide comments. Well, Love would have broke 400 yards if Matt LaFleur would have called this play. That I'm going,
boy.
You boys, y'all have lost your minds.
They call it perfect. Yeah, they call it perfect game in Madden all the time.
Exactly.
With the sliders set at rookie. Yeah, for sure.
Yes, that's Jacob's trick of the trade. So that's going to do it for the offensive PFF grades. If you're watching this video back later and not on the live stream, let us know in the comments what you think about how these grades fell into place here for the Packers offense against the Steelers in Week 8. Also, make sure you hit subscribe and click that bell icon so you're notified when we go live here in the future. All right, let's move along, guys. Let's